Good evening, friends. The market is on a constant upside. There are few factors which are really playing out well in the market. I'm happy to inform you that some of our customers in PMS also in MarketsMojo also we've been advising that use this dip in the market to add more money. This is not the market to move out. And those who listen to us, they are thanking us. And the time and again I have been kept saying, and that's the market has been teaching us that when there is a panic mode, use that as an opportunity to make money. Your alpha in the portfolio, your returns in the portfolio is a function of when you enter the market also. So every dip in the market has given a golden opportunity. Must use the word golden opportunity to add more money. In fact, if you remember, I was kept saying that I also put buying shares in my personal portfolio, and it's paid off. Now, some of you will also have a question about gold and so on and so forth. Let me try to address that also. But before I begin my webinar, just a small disclaimer that this webinar is just to enhance understanding about the equity market. Please consult your financial advisor before buying or selling any stock. Past performance is no indicator of future returns, and investment in securities are subject to market risk. So let's try to understand what is happening in the market. There are a lot of factors which were perceived to be negative are turning out to be positive. Let's go step by step. Crude oil. Last year, same time, crude was $80 per barrel. We are at $65 per barrel. $15 in absolute value, which works out to almost 20% decline in the crude oil. Why does it matter to India? Because India is a net importer. It will reduce the inflation. And when the inflation gets reduced, your rate of interest comes down. India did 50 bips rate cut by the RBI. And when the rate cut happens, it's good for the equity market. Monsoon from SkyMet as well as IMD, is they have predicted to be normal or above normal. There will not be any effect of La Nina this time. In other words, do not expect excess rain which could disrupt economy or the crops. We had a lovely, excellent crop production in the month of for Kharif, extremely good for the Rabi, and one more season of a good crop. And when monsoon 2 season in a row comes out good, it increases the water reservoir level, which is good. So that's another positive factor. Rupee, which was declining against the dollar, we are almost at the same level what it was there in the beginning of 2025. So that worry is also been taken care. The tariff war, somewhere it does gives an impression that India seems to be in a much better position as compared to some of the other countries or other regions in the world when it comes to bilateral trade with the US. And that would mean that India, if at all get impacted, I want to use the word if at all, harp on that word, the impact would be very minimal. On the contrary, I believe that this tariff war can turn out to be overall positive for the country. Of course, there will be certain segments which could face headwinds. That's a different story. But when you look at in totality, I think that would come out to be this one. So there are many factors which are aligning in a positive manner. We are in a result season. March 2025 quarter numbers have come and almost 15% of the companies have declared the numbers. Till now, trend doesn't look very bad. Quarter on quarter growth of 3.1% in terms of net profit. Y on Y, 4.7%. Who have come out with the numbers? Of course, some of the leading sectors like software companies, and today's software sector was up by almost 5%. So let me cover that in my presentation, because that question mark would be there in your mind, what needs to be done? It's not the sector that we picked for 2025. So are we changing our opinion on that? I'll discuss that. The banks have come out with the numbers, and banks turning out to be one of the best performing sector. Today, Tata Consumer came out with the numbers. Havells came out with the numbers yesterday. More of a consumer-facing businesses. So what are they indicating? That gives an idea about what's happening in the numbers. But right now, number doesn't look very bad. Of course, these numbers can undergo change because only 1/6 of the market cap has declared the numbers. And as and when some more numbers keeps coming out, things can undergo change. We'll need to wait and watch. So market is right now, which has a worry and which has a concern on the numbers, seems to be disappointed with it till now. So let's look at what is, and today IT companies have done well, extremely well. So what is the IT companies are saying? So let's go a little more deeper into this. What is TCS is saying? TCS in his con call said that all major markets grew sequentially, that is quarter on quarter. But the global macro environment is challenging. That's what the TCS said in the con call. It also made a statement that is experiencing delay in decision making and discretionary spending. All discretionary spending will come under tighter scrutiny. And that could mean that going forward, things could go little haywire. Despite that, TCS is expecting FY26 to be better than FY 2025. This is for the international business, not for the domestic business. Because domestic business has a BSNL episode, so that's where things could go little haywire. But TCS is expecting better FY 2026. In fact, it also think and believe that despite uncertainty, the margins should improve in FY 2026 versus FY 2025. But it did make a mention in the con call that the margin benefit which came because of currency movement in FY 2025 may not be there in FY 2026. So overall, TCS sounded positive because they expect FY 2026 to be better than FY 2025. They do believe margin can expand, but with a caveat that the macroeconomic environment is challenging. But that's a TCS. Let's look at Infosys. This is one thing which is everyone talking about is an AI, whether it's a TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech, that they are showing growing demand from the clients to partner them on AI. So AI seems to be the one new buzzword that seems to be helping the technology companies. Infosys believes in FY 2026, in terms of their top line, they can grow anywhere between 0% to 3%. So that's a little wide range. So they may not grow at all, or even if they grow, they may grow by 3%, if that makes you exciting. TCS talked about uncertain environment. Infosys also talks about that. The only good thing is that the environment is not deteriorating at this point of time, and clients have not revisited the given project. And based on that, Infosys believes that their EBITDA margin for FY 2026 could be in the region of 20 to 22%. For FY 2025, it is at 21%. So they are basically saying very similar kind of a margin to be. So if your top line remains almost same, margin remains more or less same, you don't expect too much growth in the bottom line. It expect cash flow could be more than 100% of the net profit. And when everyone talks about deflationary pricing scenario because of AI, both TCS, Infosys both clarify that they don't expect any deflationary pressure because of AI. The pricings are quite stable. I'll give you my take on this. But let me give you some more data flavor on this one. If you look at the Q4, Infosys bottom line degrew by 4.2. The best has been HCL Technology, which came out with the numbers, and we all know what happened to the HCL today. It was the margins was the net profit grew by 6.1%. FY 2025 Wipro continued to remain in the red. The bottom line was lower than what it was in FY 2000, and the best again has been HCL Technology for the full year. TCS does not give any guidance. Wipro gave only for the first quarter. They always give quarter wise. They expect degrowth in the June quarter anywhere between 1.5 to 3.5. But HCL Technology expect 2 to 5% growth in constant currency. So while TCS said better than what it was there in FY 2025 without quantifying, the best number or guidance which has been given is by HCL Technology. 2 to 5% in constant currency terms versus 0 to 3%. Infosys and Wipro is only given for 1.3. If you look at the attrition rate, which is a very critical aspect we need to look at it, and once it was rising very substantially, went above 20%. What happened for this? In Q4 over Q3, Infosys and attrition rate went up 13.3 versus 13%, as you can see on the right hand side column. Okay. Infosys also it increased from 13.7 to 14.1. But for Wipro, it came down from 15.3 to 15. And so is the case with HCL Tech, 13.2 to 13. In other words, HCL Tech seems to be the better lot as compared to other three players. Why? Because the attrition rate is the lowest amongst all four top players. The guidance seems to be better as compared to all four, including TCS. TCS not given, but I assume that's the thing. The growth last year was higher as compared to anyone else. So, on a higher growth, they're expecting better numbers. And that's the reason why Infosys did better. Now, before I move to the bank, what is my take on IT sector? Despite IT did well, are we changing our opinion on the technology sector? The answer is no. And I'll explain you why. We do expect, and yesterday IMF came out with the global growth. They've slashed down the global growth. My personal opinion, it's not MarketsMojo, so take it with tons of salt. The environment is going to become more challenging, especially in the US part. And that's where there would be a revisit of the technology spend. A lot of customers would demand better pricing from the IT software service companies. That could put a pressure on the margin. And as TCS rightly said that they don't expect currency movement, the way it benefited in FY 2025, it's not going to benefit in FY 2026. That could also play an impact on the margin. Most of the time, these IT software companies has a lot of cash and bank balance. When the rate of interest were higher, they got better income on that. With 50 bips rate cut, which is already announced by the RBI, there could be an impact on the other income. So, should you believe what happened with the IT software companies today? Will it continue? My personal opinion, my personal answer is no. they may find it difficult to report the growth going forward, and purely because of global uncertainty that we are seeing it. Let's move on to the banks, and bank has done extremely well. So if you look at it, loan growth 7.74%, ICICI did extremely well, 13.3, Yes Bank 8.1. Profit growth, of course, the top of the link has been Yes Bank 63, followed by ICICI Bank and the HDFC Bank. If you look at the name, each and every bank show expansion in the name, whether it's HDFC, ICICI, or Yes Bank. If you look at the ROA, for HDFC Bank, it declined from 1.96 to 1.94. For ICICI Bank, it expanded from 2.36 to 2.49. And for Yes Bank, it increased from 5.5 to 0.7. When you listen to the con call of the banks, they clearly say that they do expect NPA level to remain under control. They do expect ROA to remain stable. But everyone believes that CASA could increase going forward. So mota, while there could be a margin pressure because of repo rate cut, which has a little lag effect in terms of your loan will get readjusted, but deposit will not get readjusted very quickly, there could be an impact. But we all know that some of the banks have declared a lower deposit rate, lower the CASA, the savings bank जो interest मिलता है वो कम कर दिया. So overall the comment doesn't look very disheartening. So don't get carried away by some news article that banks got difficulty hai. We continue to believe that banks should continue to do well. So while we are not so bullish on the IT, we continue to remain bullish on the banks. I have taken some of the companies with like Angel One, HDFC Securities, and ICICI Securities. They've announced the numbers, and there is a degrowth. We all know why. Am I right? Because the market has been extremely choppy in the Jan to March. A lot of investors who were active become inactive because they got fearful in the market. And because of that, the profits have come down, the revenues have come down. But markets start doing well in the first few days of the new calendar year, actually new financial year and new month. If that gets sustained, whatever the decline that we are seeing can come back. Very quickly, life insurance, what really helped me, I'm happy that persistency ratio in the case of HDFC Life, which was 53%, gone to 63%. But in the case of ICICI Pru, 66 become 64. So the gap which was there between HDFC Life basically is getting narrowed, which is a good sign for the HDFC Life. Consumer durable, Havells came out with the numbers. They said that they still don't see much of an impact of the consumer durable goods because of summer. We need to wait and watch. Of course, the AC should do well because of heat waves. Refrigerator companies should do well. The cooler companies should do well. Fan companies should do well because of heat waves. And of course, the lower rate of interest should also help in terms of EMI. Today, Tata Consumer came out with the numbers. Numbers are good. So that in a way, somewhere we believe that consumer demand should make comeback. And of course, with the 1 lakh crore benefit that has come in the terms of tax rebate, I think should further spur the growth. Is the market valuation become cheap? My answer is no. We are still trading at PE of 26 times. So should we expect more upside from this level? The answer is no. Don't be carried away by the fact that market has done well and it will continue to do well. No, it is not. If your stock selection is wrong, you can still lose money. Even if you look at the market cap to GDP, like we went to 384 lakh crore versus the GDP which is going to be expected to 357 lakh crore for FY 2026. Now the GDP market cap again, because of the rise in the market, gone to 428 lakh crore. And because of that, market GDP has come down to 120. So we are no longer, so we are not in a cheap territory. What I want to convey this is that which will limit the upside on the broader market, not the, and again I repeat, If you're managing your portfolio professionally, you should be fine. If you're managing personally, probably is very high that you will not do well. So this rally which has come in the market should be a good opportunity for you to move out from your personally managed portfolio, give your money to the professional manager, because they would likely to do better than what this one. Very quickly, how the market behave, I think everything is in the green. So there is a complete decoupling from the US market. While the US market went down, Indian market did well. Mid and small cap, not small cap, but mid cap did almost 5%. The large cap did by up 4%, small cap up by 3%. The best performer has been realty and IT, and the auto. The worst has been FMCG for the week. And if you look at it, the bank Nifty Finance was up by 3.75%, and the bank Nifty was up by 4.21%. YTD, the top of the table is Bank Nifty and Bank Finance. Nifty Infra has outperformed Nifty and Sensex. Another sector which we are bullish on 1.15, Nifty FMCG is only up by 1.15%. As the year progresses, we do believe this sector moving in the top league here. While mid and small cap continues to be bleeding, YTD in 2025. The good news is that FPI have turned positive in last few days. So even though for the April they are down by 15,000 crore, but in last 5 days they have pumped in 18,000, 19,000 crore in the Indian equity market. So that's a good news. The message before I open the floor for question answer. Things are turning positive for India, whether it's a crude oil price, whether it's a rupee rate, FPI turning positive, March numbers not so bad as was expected, but valuations are rich, and that will limit the upside in the market. Few sectors will do well, but overall market will struggle. Mid and small cap are likely to face a lot of headwinds. If your stock selection is not right in mid and small cap, probably is very high, you will lose money. And hence, please apply abundant caution when you start buying company. Your reason to buy company should not be the quantum of fall. Because of 50% नीचे गिर गया है, let me go and buy. That should not be a reason for you to buy. Be careful of what you get into, and you should be fine. If you are little careless, नजर हटी और दुर्घटना घटी. Something similar can happen to your portfolio. So let's open the floor for question answer. Gaurav sir is saying, what is the market outlook in future? How to predict market? How can people job be updated with the market and can make good profit, or is mutual fund better with profit booking? So Gaurav sir, I think I did mention what do we expect market. Market has gone up very fast. Don't expect further upside from this level. Normally what we have seen that when the markets are not good, it does impact the job market. Even people ability to spend or willingness to spend, sorry, not ability but willingness to spend comes down. Okay, and whether mutual fund is better with profit booking, of course, if you believe that you are not able to do, which I said that if you personally managed portfolio, probability is very high that you may not do well. Professionally managed portfolio will do better. So if you think that you want to give the money to mutual fund, please go ahead and give the money to mutual fund. I think they may do better job as compared to what you are doing on your own. Rakesh saying it is noticed that quite often the stock is entered in Mojo stock after it has only taken a sharp jump in the immediate previous days. So Rakesh sir, you should not do rear view driving. Even if the script has moved up before it becoming a Mojo stock, the question that you need to ask, is it going to further go up from that level? And we are a very transparent company. We put all our Mojo stocks list, complete list on our website. Even the script has moved up. Has it further moved up or not? Has it outperformed also? Not, because we also give you a benchmark index also, and we also give you whether it has outperformed the benchmark or not. So ये मत ज़्यादा टेंशन मत लो कि भाई ये कंपनी चल गई है. The very fact that it has become a mojo stock, that means probability is very high, it can further move up. Probability is very high that it can outperform the benchmark. If that is so, how does it matter whether it's moved up before it become a mojo stock or not? Ultimately, what matters to you कि मेरा पैसा बनेगा कि नहीं बनेगा. और बनने वाला है तो then why you should be so much bothered about it? I hope that answers your question, sir. Can you suggest few good gold ETF? Okay, sorry, so that's a good Vedana sir. You asked me a very right question. I forgot about gold. Actually, I mentioned in my personal opinion. Should you buy gold at this point of time? इसको रिकॉर्ड कर ले अमीर. My answer is no. And I'll tell you reason why. When assets gain lot of importance, that means that assets have become rich very close to top, if not at the top. I was last Saturday I went to, so there is one store called Forever Mark in Bandra. It's a brand owned by DBS, which is the largest or one of the largest the natural diamond miners in the world. So normally we buy our jewelry from DBS. And I was talking with the gentleman who was the manager. Now since I've been visiting very often, he has become a good friend now. He said the footfall has gone down to 50%, and they also have a store in Borivali, which is a western suburb of Bombay. And so while this is purely a diamond studded jewelry, the store that they have in Borivali is more of a gold jewelry as compared to diamond studded jewelry. And he said 50% fall. But that's not the reason for not to this one. My worry is this, and the reason I'm giving this flavor, so don't expect good numbers from the jewelry company. Okay, that's the one side of it. The point I wish to convey, of course, a lot of people are waiting for this Akshay Tritiya to revive the sales. But the gold today, everyone wants to be invested in gold. I think it has done a little ahead of the fundamentals. At this price, I would not recommend Vijayana sir to take more exposure to gold ETF. Now, having said that, you need to revisit your total net worth and say what percentage of my net worth is in gold and silver. It should be 10 to 15%. If it is more than that, my request to not only to Vijayana sir, you, but everyone who is attending the webinar, please don't buy. Akshay Tritiya aa rahi hai. If you want, you can buy a token as a good wish, good luck. So suppose if you wanted to buy 10 grams, I'm just giving an example. Buy 1 gram as a token, as an auspicious thing. But don't go overboard on that. I personally believe price should come down. This is my personal opinion, not MarketsMojo opinion. In fact, I wrote one blog in 2022. You should read that blog on the gold. And then fast forward and you'll realize how precise that prediction was. It's available on our website. Sarang sir, what is your opinion on diversifying a portfolio into silver as a commodity? Considering gold has already had a big rally in a year, so please cover commodity ETF as an opportunity. So tomorrow I'm doing something very similar. Sarang sir, I don't know if they're a PMS customer, but tomorrow I'm doing for with our PMS customer. I would not like to discuss today. If you are a PMS customer, come tomorrow and attend it. Otherwise, I'll cover next QnA with Sunil Damania. I'll cover this. So please, maybe you can ask that question tomorrow. I don't want to, because many of our PMS customers also attending this webinar. I don't want to take away that excitement of theirs because I'm going to cover that tomorrow in my tomorrow's webinar with our PMS customer. But gold, I was loud and clear, so I hope that you got it. Rahul Tyagi, sir, is it possible to add daily PMS performance to add in Mojo Times circular along with portfolio performance? It's a good suggestion, Rahul Tyagi sir. मुझे forward कर दे. I'll speak with my product team. Is it possible or not possible? थोड़ा difficult लग रहा है, but let me try to figure out whether it's possible or not. Satish Sai Sunil sir, will the income tax benefits given by government affect capex spending budget? Will there be a slowdown in infra, railway, defense, power sector which are dependent on government capex? No, why? Why with the government income tax benefit can impact the capex? No way. On the contrary, government has gone on the record say they're going to spend more than what they've spent in FY 2025 on the capex. So I don't think both are. So my sense is that this budget, Satish sir, is going to fire two engines. One is on the FMCG front, and another one on the infra front. So on the contrary, both should benefit. It is not coming at the cost of another one. So no, sir. In fact, on the contrary, we have set 3 best sectors to invest in 2025. Private banks, FMCG, capital goods / infra. And we continue to maintain that. So there's nothing to be worried about it. Okay. How much of the tariff losses have been recouped? Thank you. Sir, everything has been recouped. YTD, the Indian market is in green. So, Rahul sir, if you remember, I predicted that 3 महीने के बाद मुझे कोई आप लोग सवाल भी नहीं पूछेगा टैरिफ के ऊपर. आपने तो पूछ लिया है, but I don't see that tariff question coming very often now. As time passes, you will go. So I think tariff is not a factor to. In fact, on the contrary, it gives a good opportunity for you to add more to the equity. और ऐसे हर 2-3 साल में ऐसे इवेंट आती रहती है जो एक आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी देगी. अगर आपका पैसा नहीं बन पाया है या आपका पैसा आपको ज़्यादा डालना था, आप नहीं डाले, इट विल गिव एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. वी हैव रिकूप सर एवरीथिंग. राव सर, can we use Mojo score? Yes, sir. To buy large, medium, small cap, definitely go. So, but on the Mojo score के ऊपर है Mojo stock. Why? Because it's created by our investment committee. So, first preference you should give it to Mojo stock, and then उसके बाद भी कुछ आपको नहीं जम रहा है तो you can go to Mojo score. That's fine. But yes, you can use that and to buy that. It's no brainer, sir. Rajendra sir say inflation in our country continues to be high. What is your say on GDP growth? I don't know, sir, why you are saying that inflation is high. If you happen to attend our equity outlook presentation, which we did, कभी किया था आमिर हम लोग ने इसको second में ऐसा कुछ किया था. If my memory serves me right, actually. If I can show you some data, sir, so I don't know where you are getting this data that inflation. On the contrary, inflation is coming down, sir. Why you are saying it's coming down? Let me show you the presentation. The data दिखाता हूँ सर आपको. सर कभी किया था? 4 अप्रैल होगा ना? हाँ सर भैया. Okay. I think it has to be in some folder. Is it visible, my screen? It's not there in the inflation number. नहीं इसमें I think I had put it, but I'm not getting it now. एक minute, let me just see. In one of the presentation I did mention about the कौन से उसमें किया था Okay, it's not there on the equity output. I did mention that. So maybe with my PMS customers, I did that. I'll show you. Let me show you that, because since you asked me that question, many other people also may be having that impression कि inflation थोड़ा ऊपर है अपना, and the contract is coming down. हाँ, yes. Can you see? Sir, this is India's inflation. We were at 6.21. The latest data that is available is 3.34. If you look at, that's the lowest that level that you can see on this graph. So on the contrary, sir, our retail inflation has come down drastically. In fact, if you look at the RBI monetary policy, they also revise it downward. And RBI comfort level is 2 to 4% plus or minus. So below 4% we have done. And with good monsoon expected, inflation will remain low. GDP growth, we should expect more than 6%. There are various estimates, 6.2, 6.4, 6.5. Right now, because of global uncertainty, I am saying it will be above 6%. इसके ऊपर कितना जाता है, we need to wait and watch. But it will be definitely above 6%. Badrinayan sir, I'll give you view on silver maybe next week, or if you are our PMS customer, please come and visit tomorrow. I'll discuss that. Gaurav, do you have any profit sharing basis plan also apart from current plan? Sir, in our PMS we do have a profit sharing. I don't know whether you are referring to PMS or the model portfolio. In the model portfolio we don't have. In PMS we have. Does any of your plan comes with the teaching also if you want to learn along the side? Sir, whether you are PMS customer, whether you are MarketsMojo customer, even if you are not a Market customer, our webinars which QnA which is open for all. We always present data and we teach whatever best manner we can teach. In fact, I'm happy to say, and there's a lot of satisfaction I do get, that many investors confess to us that before MarketsMojo started their webinar, they never made money in the equity market. But after attending our webinars, they learn a lot. They realize what mistakes they were making, and first time in their lifetime, they are making money from the equity market. In the end, can you please brief about your services offering? Definitely, sir. I don't think this is a platform where we can discuss but we do have a PMS service where we have a profit sharing as a model. मुझे इनका WhatsApp कर लीजिए. I'll ask someone to reach out to you, sir. It will explain you everything there, sir. What do you expect from India, Pakistan tension and Kashmir? So Arun Kumar sir, I think this is the government. वो ईट का जवाब पत्थर से देना जानती है. And this will happen. Whether it happens in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 6 months, but they will do that. Will this impact, I think if your question is that, will this impact the market sentiment? The answer is no. But India will give a befitting reply. Whoever is involved, I don't know if Pakistan is involved or not, but definitely they will give. So, but is it going to impact the market sentiment? The answer is no. Vinith, is it Mojo stocks are shortlisted by a person or is it automated process? So it is not an autonomous process. Mojo stocks are selected by our investment committee, which are human beings. So there are many companies in our MarketsMojo site where Mojo score is above 70, but they are not Mojo stock. Why? Because it has not been approved by our investment committee. So I hope that clarify the doubts you have. Rajendra Sir said published data by government seems to be inaccurate vis-a-vis the reality on for inflation. Sir, I don't know why you are making this statement. Do you have a data which says that government data seems to be inaccurate? See, we can always claim that the data is inaccurate if you have the right data with you. You have accurate data. What is your source of data? So I don't know, sir, why you are saying this government data seems to be inaccurate. Right now, I have no reason to believe that data are inaccurate, sir. Avnish sir, how often investment committee made to select Mojo stock? As now market is rising, expecting list to be expanded to 25. Our investment committee, sir, meets every day in the evening. Every day, Monday to Friday. If it is a market holiday, then of course they don't meet. But every Monday to Friday, our investment committee will meet. They will go through the list of stocks which are eligible to become a Mojo stock. They will apply their own judgment, and then our investment committee think appropriate. They will make that company a Mojo stock. So that's how it works, sir. So will it go to 2025? I don't know. It's up to our investment committee, and they will decide which company should be part of our Mojo stock list. But I've been informed that number of companies in the Mojo stocks are increasing. And of course, the result season. So based as and when the result season comes, we could see more number of companies coming in, provided the numbers are good. Tumala Rao sir is saying why AC companies are down today. I don't know, sir. I don't think I need to look at day-to-day basis. One reason could be that Havells made a statement that the summer-related demand is not so robust. But we don't have to read too much into the one-day price movement. Whatever my reading is that demand for AC is likely to be very, very good in this summer season. Those companies which have a compressor available with them, I think they should report a strong growth. That's what my sense is. So don't read too much into one day, sir. Ramesh, yes, Ji, I am too making money in the markets better only after joining MarketsMojo and only after following all webinars and after using MarketsMojo platform. Thanks a lot, Ramesh Ji, accepting this fact in the front. And in fact, that many people, in fact, did confess to us that that's what they did. Our job is to come and explain you what is right for you. Those who follow religiously, they are making money. Those who take it with a pinch of salt, tons of salt, they think that they are smarter than what we are teaching in the webinar. They are not following. Good luck to them. But I'm happy, sir. Please follow that in a very disciplined manner. One thing I can tell you with a lot of confidence and pride, we will never misguide our investors. We will tell you what we believe. Our judgment can go wrong. That's a different story. Okay? Our opinion can go wrong. But we will say what we strongly believe with data and facts and figures. We don't have to manipulate facts and figures. We'll never guide you. Even if you believe that market is going to go down, we'll never come and say market is going to go up. We will never do that. Even our PMS customers can vouch. We told them we will come and in front of it, tell you when to add more investment in 2024, and they can vouch for it. For us, it's a business. Am I right? Higher the AUM, better for us. But we advise them, no, we will come and tell you what to invest more. So we are very transparent, very honest, and that's why people love it. And when your advice is genuine, honest people do see merit. And our job is to make our retail investors HNI investors. And HNI investors, ultra HNI investors. And that's the journey why we started MarketsMojo. And we'll keep doing it. Thanks a lot, Ramesh ji. Mohan Kumar sir, please suggest how to buy gold and silver by way of ETF or mutual funds. So you can buy ETF. ETFs are all available on the exchange. You can directly ask your broker, or you can directly trade if you have access to the app. you can buy and sell gold and silver, and there is not much difference between one ETF versus other ETF. Almost returns would be almost similar for almost all ETF, varying few percentage point here and there. Over a long run, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. The only thing, should you buy now? I think that's the question that you need to ask. What is the rural what is the rural inflation? People from rural India spending? I think they are spending. If you look at RBI, if you look at the government of India state of the economy commentary, I think rural India is spending purely because of good income coming in from the rural India. How do you see FMCG companies? I do believe FMCG companies should come out with a good set of numbers. I think the real benefit will come in the first quarter of FY 2026 because of the higher salary coming in the hand because of tax rebate. So my sense is that FMCG companies should do well. That's what my sense is. And another thing, crude oil price coming down is another beneficiary for them. So there are lots of, some of the commodities are crude derivatives. They should get the benefit. If the price of crude remain where it is or it goes further down, government will eventually reduce the price for petrol and diesel, which in a way should also FMCG companies to expand their margins. So my overall sense is that it should do well. Krishna sir, can you take us to the Infinub? I think your question is right. The right person to take you through is Jason. Amir, just forward this question to Jason. Sir, we can do that. In fact, if you want, many people want, we can do exclusive webinar only for the Infin Hub also for our customers. But I think Jason is the right person to take you through, sir. Are we providing Chota PMS with 10-15 lakhs? Thanks. Rajiv sir, no. As of now, we don't have any Chota Bhim jaisa Chota PMS. And SEBI guideline says that you can't onboard a single customer having AUM less than 50 lakhs. So I'm afraid, sir, we don't have anything. In future, if we come out with something, we'll come back to you. But right now, we don't have any offering. PK said one weekly hit target today. However, score is strong buy, but not Mojo. What to do? If it has hit the target, please get out of that company, even if it is a strong buy. I think our team would have reached out to you people in a stock of the week and would have advised you to lock in the profits. कोई गया email आज अमीर? हाँ गया है. I think I've been informed that email has gone. Kalpit sir is saying, can possible mono platform Mojo friends sale with my son, or is it my suggestion to give second mail ID access to near one like son or daughter? No, sir. You can definitely share your platform with your son, with your daughter, with your family members. You give them the login name and the password, and that should be fine. Can it be second email ID, sir? No, and that's not possible. You can share your login name and the password with your son. That's fine. They let them see that. We don't have no restriction on that. As long as you share your login name and the password with your son, we have no problem there. VB Shah, sir, again, I'm also agree. After joining Marcos, I crossed my investment in unbelievable in my lifetime. Thanks, MarketsMojo, Sunil Damania, Mohit Bhai, and team for guidance. Thanks a lot, sir. Shah Saab, we have been doing this and we will keep continuing doing this. I'll definitely convey your regards to Mohit Bhai also. Amir is telling me there are no more questions. Is that my understanding right?
Yes.
So, with this, thanks a lot to everyone taking time out and attending this webinar. Tomorrow, I'm in front of our PMS customer, a lot of insight, a lot of data points. Of course, I'm going to discuss about the gold-silver ratio, which will be an interesting data point. And for rest of you, see you next week. Good night. Take care.